Hello everyone, welcome to this chapter 6 lecture video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the effect of inflation rates on interest rates. So far in the previous videos, we discussed about bonds and other short-term instruments, their features and valuation. So far, however, we have not considered the role of inflation in our various discussion of interest rates, yields, and returns. Because this is an important consideration, we now consider the impact of inflation on interest rates. In examining interest rates or any other financial market rates, such as discount rates, bond yields, rates of return, and required returns, it is often necessary to distinguish between real rates and nominal rates. Nominal rates are called nominal because they have not been adjusted for inflation. Okay, so that is part of the rate includes a component to cover expected inflation. Real rates, on the other hand, are the rates that have been adjusted for inflation. That is, the inflation component has been removed. Okay. To see the effect of inflation, suppose prices are currently rising by 5% per year, so the rate of inflation is 5%. An investment is available that will earn 115.5 in 1 year, and it cost is $100 today. Okay. Notice that with the present value of $100 and future value of 115.5, this investment has a rate of return of 15.5%. Okay. And in calculating this, we did not consider the rate of inflation, which means that this 15.5% is a nominal rate. Okay. Now, what is the impact of inflation here? To answer, suppose pizzas cost $5 each at the beginning of the year. With $100, we can buy 20 pizzas. Okay. Because the inflation rate is 5%, pizzas will cost 5% more, so 5.25 per pizza at the end of the year. If we take this investment, how many pizzas we can buy at the end of the year? So end of the year, the value of investment will be 115.5 divided by 5.25, which is the value of per pizza, and it will be 22 pizzas. Okay. So this is up from 20 pizzas. So our pizza rate of return is 10%. So 20 pizza, now 22 at the end of the year. So pizza's rate of return is 10%. With this illustration, so we see that nominal rate of return is 15.5%. Our buying power goes up only by 10%. So put in another way, that although our investment gives us a return of 15.5%, we get only 10% return. So we can say that this 10% is the real rate of return. Okay. So I hope you understand the difference between a real rate of return and nominal rate of return. Now let's come to Fisher effect. Our discussion of real and nominal returns illustrates a relationship that is often called the Fisher effect, after the great economist Irving Fisher. Because investors are ultimately concerned with what they can buy with their money, they require compensation for inflation. Okay, so let R stands for nominal rate, the capital R stands for nominal rate, and lower R stands for real rate. And in that case, the Fisher effect tells us that the relationship between nominal rates, real rates, and the inflation can be written as this. Okay, so now 1 plus uppercase R is the nominal rate. So 1 plus nominal rate equals to 1 plus real rate plus 1 plus inflation rate. Okay. So look at this example here. If we require a 10% real return and we expect inflation rate to be 8%, what is the nominal rate? Okay, what is the nominal rate. So you can see that we have seen previously that 1 plus nominal rate is 1 plus real rate plus 1 plus expected inflation rate. Okay, so you can see that 1 plus real rate, which is 10%, and 1 plus inflation rate, and we can see that nominal rate is 18.8%. So our nominal rate is, you can say, 18%. Okay, so well, since the real return and expected inflation rate are relatively high in this example, there is a significant difference between the actual Fisher effect and the approximation that I showed, 18.8% and 18%. Okay. Now, just one last point before I finish this video. So if inflation rate goes up, for example, 8% to 10%, the nominal rate should go up by the similar percentages so that investors continue to get the same real rate of return. That usually the practice. Okay, so that's our discussion on the effect of inflation rate and the difference between nominal and real rate. Thank you very much.